Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It's back, and we are now onto the Porsche Cups at Donington, and we are in for a treat today. We have 22, yes, you heard me, 22 drivers on the track, and in these beautiful, beautiful, very, very fast, very, very difficult to drive Porsches. We have got a massive grid. It's one of my favorite cars to race, and you can hear them in the background. That's why I tend to leave that running, because it is such a beautiful car. Yeah, we'll keep it. We'll just keep it. We'll just leave it so you can hear it. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for coming back. If you haven't missed, I hope you didn't miss the M2s. If you did, then please go check it out. Well, I know, sorry, Lorik, I was checking something. I didn't realise it made a noise. But yes, so at the end of this race, stick around, because we will do live. We will pull the winner from Season 6 draw. Basically, if you weren't here and you're new to the channel, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming in and watching it. But we had Season 6 of the GT3s. And we had a very, very kind sponsor in Luke Addison. Now, if you're looking for GT3 setups in ACC, we do not look any further than Luke Addison. He does some amazing setups. They are, not the full-end crazy pros that you see, but they're certainly not safe. They are right in the middle. So if you are new, or you've been doing this for a while, you don't seem to find it, the way to learn how to do the setups and find ways to make the cars a bit quicker or a bit safer, etc., then Luke Addison is where you go and see it. And what Luke has done is, anyone who has bought a setup from Luke in the past and has taken part in the league for at least 80% of the races, then you are in for the draw of $100. There you go. So that's what we'll draw at the end of this, and then the announcements for Season 7 will be next week now, because we haven't managed to finish off. I didn't manage to finish off the banners and everything need to be done for it. So looking forward to getting you ready for Season 7, which will kick off in January, around about the third week in Jan. So hopefully you guys will get involved with us then. We want big grids. There will be a few changes to what we've had in the past, so you will see a bit of a change. But there you go. So we've got about a minute left in practice. I don't want to bring the leaderboards to your attention just yet. I want it to be a bit of a a guesswork for you, so you can see who's at the top. But I can tell you now, the top 5 are covered by All right, they were covered by half a second. Now they're covered by 4/10. So there you go. So in fact, 3/10. So yeah, it's going to be very, very close in these cars. And someone I know who wants to make amends in this race today is a certain Sigurd Resvik, who was raced very well yesterday. Made a few mistakes, but had such good pace in the SOP race yesterday, and yeah, was kicking himself. But I'm sure he'll be back out on track today to make amends for that. So, how you doing, Brian? Isaac, no, you did a good race. Very good race. What I'm going to do for next race, next week, I will put a setup for the M2s so you can run with that, and I will also do the same for the Porsche Cup, so you guys have got a base setup, so you, yeah, you can run it. I thought my game was... yeah. No, it was just me, Nicholas. Yeah, usually me. So yeah, it's me that tends to have a proper hissy fit there. So I tell you who is doing very, very well. In fact, I don't want to say it. You'll see it in quali. You'll see it in quali. Quali's about to begin, so we'll take you over to the track in just a second. But next week we are at Snetterton. That'll be an interesting track for these Porsche Cups to really test the suspension. And we don't have Alton Park as the one track we don't have this season for the Porsche Cups and the M2s, but I'll let you in on a little secret, a little bit of a spoiler. It is in the GT3 Season 7 roster, so yeah, I hope to see you guys and join us in for that one. Refs is about to cross the line. Hey, what? I tell you now, the top 7 are covered by 4/10. And tenths, not tenths as in you sleep in. Alright? Don't go there. So yeah. I had an accident 3 times now just listening to those beasts. I know, right? It's such a good car. Again, another person that doesn't really tend to race these is James Whittaker. He's got some good pace on him, but we'll see how he goes. Right, quali is now about to begin. So let's get you over to track. Who is going to take pole position in tonight's race? And we are, like I say, we are at Donington over the next couple of for the next 25 minutes of racing. They've got 15 minutes of quali. Everyone is able to go out. There is no silver and pro split. It's 15 minutes, free for all. 22 cars on the track. Get out there and do the job. And the noise for these guys. Listen to this. Listen to it. These are the best sounding cars in the game, without question. Honestly, these are incredible cars, and they are genuinely really fun to drive. Like genuinely really fun to drive. So yeah, let's see how these guys get on with it. Ren de Lang, new driver to the RTO grid. I believe he's got ERA written on the car, so welcome in. We've got Matt Pryor in as well. So welcome to Matt, Bram Kran, Kretschkin, Steve Worrell, guys and girls. Oh, he's not out on track just yet, but we will definitely have to get a bit of Stevie Worrell on your TV screens. So if you don't know, Steve works for SGP, worked for SGP, sorry, and now works for SimGrid. And yeah, it was thanks to him that we've moved across. Between him and Simon at SOP to move across to the to SimGrid from SGP, so made it a little bit easier for me to get it switched over. I had no idea what I was doing, so yeah, we are now over on SimGrid. So any future leagues that you want to get involved in with us, they are on SimGrid, so please feel free to go check them out and see where we go. Yes, Stevie, there is a stream for the Porsche Cup tonight. He's not looking in the right place. Bear with me 1 second. So that's why he's still in the pits. He's talking. He wants to come into the YouTube channel, eh? Look at that. These guys are best in the game, period. Absolutely, Brian. I'm looking at. I'm here looking at the porkers. As in, on track. 4/10 isn't large enough gap. I know, it's not. Honestly, can you show us the game? Wait, what? Can you not see the... Oh, yeah, you can. I was going to say. Don't scare me like that. What are we streaming? I don't even know what we're streaming at. I'm streaming at 1080. I am, ain't I? Yeah. I should have streamed in 2K, really, but... You're going to get it in 1080 tonight, guys. Sorry. Next time we do this, I'll make sure I get it set up so we can stream into 2K as well. So, across the line, we have some drivers now. We've got fastest 129. Oh no, I'll take that back. Paul Sadowski 129.2, topped by James Whitaker 128.7 at the moment. 4/10 quicker than Paul. Olaf in the 992. Number 992. Johnny, your bad boy. Great name. P8 at the moment. Welcome in. Good to see some new names to the RTO leagues. Great to see. As we continue to build what we've got here. Don't forget, next season 7 we'll have back to the professional broadcasting, not just me. So, yep. Need timestamps. Look, Nick, alright, I barely know how to do the YouTube stream, alright, get it to YouTube from Twitch, alright, give me a break. This is me you're talking. If I start putting timestamps in, you'll just see a constant clock on your channel on the screen instead of the racing, so let's go with it. Let's go with it, yeah? We'll see where we got. Is Steve Worrell out of the pit? He looks like he's got so much confidence in Stevie Worrell, he's going to stay in the pits, look. He's not even going to come out. Just going to be like, nah, sod it. I'll just trump everyone. Olaf goes to P1, Restvik, 0.4 back. 28.3. It's a heck of a lap. But look at the times behind. The 28.7, 28.7, 28.7, 29.1, 29.2. Top 5 covered. Top 6 covered by 8/10. But yeah, that's incredible. Incredible. We should gas on. And P7 in the Porsche. Races in VR. And he's done his livery on the Porsche. Good lad. We like this livery. One of the favourites in the RTO leagues. Oh, do you mean... Oh, timestamps. Nice. There you go. Oh, if it's that timestamps, I could have told you to do that. See, I knew that one. I thought you meant timestamps when you watch it back. Andre in Team Velocity from Coops. How's he getting on? He's P4 at the moment. Ref's getting a bit closer to the P1 in his last lap. 28.5. Still a tenth and a bit off. 10th and a half to be precise. Steve Worrell is now out of the pits. He's so confident that he's number 1 as well, so he's champion. Self-proclaimed. Guy's a beast. Zach sending it that one behind. Number 10 would be Gianluca Gagliano. That's an interesting livery Porsche, though, that, isn't it? Not going to miss that one in a hurry. Yeah, I mean, if some of the AMs want to do this, you can, but just bear in mind it is a bit more difficult. Adam Douglas is back on track after doing the Porsche Cups. Sorry, the M2s into the Porsche Cup. Yeah, you can do them if you want. If you want to do them, you can. It was just that no pros are allowed in the AMs. That was the main thing. Because obviously, you know, we want to make sure that we have a closer field. But it doesn't seem to have worked. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Someone's off the track. Andre Dixon Chen is on the move. He had the fastest first sector come up on the screen then. So we'll be interested to see if he can hold that as he goes through the rest of this lap. He's now lost the 10th that he was up. Just pushing a little bit too hard. Let's get on board and see how we get through the final part of the lap. Look, how's it going? Welcome in. Coming down to the S's, gets on the brakes nice and hard, chucks it in across the curb. Try not to cut it too much, but you need to cut it enough. Oh, he's just going to run a little bit wide. The bounce just pushed him wide there, so that's made him lose the time. Let's move on board with the other driver on the move at the moment, is Sigurd Resvik, who is currently on the fastest lap time. If he can hold it together, he's just got a bit deep as he into the final chicane, or sorry, into the hairpin. Still up at the moment. It's so touch and go. He needs a really good final corner, and if he can gain a 10th out of this final corner, which he looks like he may have done it, this is going to be so close, guys. Crosses the line. He goes to pole position by 0.04 of a second. Sigurd Resvik taking the fight to Olaf in the 992 Porsche. Next person on the move is Krzyzewski. I hope that I've said that right. I do apologise. Is that Krzyzewski? Yeah, I'm going to obliterate these names, and I do apologise. I am so sorry. Might need to send me some phonetical ways of saying it. So, Sigurd Resvik on another flyer at the moment, actually, so he could potentially move up. But this lap here could potentially move the Marlboro Porsche up to P6 if he can keep that time going. In fact, it might even put him into the top 5. If he can hold that out of the final corner, is this going to move him up to the P5 position? It does. There you go. What a lap. Very strong lap. Great. Paul Sadlowski trying to drift in a quali is not what we need. But yeah, that's going to give him the fastest lap out there. But he's trying to warm the rear tyres up by the looks of that, actually. Makes a wide line into the final corner. Stamps on the loud pedal, gets it sideways. And yeah, we'll see how that lap unfolds. Matt Pryor is on an absolute stormer of a lap. This is going to put him into the 28th. So this will put him up into the top 7 if he can hold on. He's just lost a couple of tenths going through the Melbourne hairpin. See if he can gain some of that back. Oh, he's gone really deep. And yeah, that's lost him 3, 4, 5 tenths. And now he's, although he gains on the way out, we're still going to make an improvement up to P9. So still more time to be gained. Ben Nergard struggling at the moment in the Porsche. Not quite sure why he's not using our liveries, but never mind. Final corner, up half a second. Oh, he gets proper sideways. He's going to lose time coming out there. He's lost a tenth, 2 tenths, but moves up to P8 in behind Paul Sadlowski. Not used to his... I don't think he's used to his ACC driving now. He's a professional driver over in the A-class of iRacing, and that proves it. There we go. Watched him loop it round. The Royal P20. 8 tenths down on this lap. Gorechkin at the moment on 6 tenths up on his current lap, so this will put him a bit closer to the top 20. But I hope he doesn't. Oh, he just got the back end just a little loose coming out of the Coppice corner, turn number 8 on the track. 2.49 miles long this track at the moment, or 4 kilometers. Oh, and he's proper lost it and test the barrier out, and that one is a goner. So at the moment, driver in last place is Gagliano. He's on a very good lap. He's actually done laps that will put him potentially P20. So if he can just keep the rest of this lap together, got a chance of moving up into the top 20. Lost a little bit of time going through Coppice. Hear how this lap unfolds. Johnny Bad Boy's in the pits, Toby Llewellyn's in the pits, Adam Douglas and Christoph Holzer all in the pits saying that'll do. might get out and do one more lap. There's still time if they do want to leave the pits. They'll get one flying lap at the end. The track will stay dry for the entire of the race as well. So there you go. And refs at the moment is still only just in the lead. There we go. So Gagliano moves up to P19. That's a much better lap time from him. That's our liveries. And so you'll be able to at least spot refs. The rest of them, not so much. I don't even think James has got his on. I don't know why. He's the one that sent him all to us, so I'm not sure why his isn't showing, but never mind. Must admit, every time I race this guy in these cars, I think I have like a good bit of pace to be able to fight him. And then he just pulls out a lap, and I'm like, where the blinking hell did that come from? And it's like, you know, half a second to a second lap faster. And that's not just in Porsche Cups. That's in that's in GT3s, lawnmower racing, anything with wheels. He'll suddenly just find the time. James Whittaker is doing a storming job though. P5 and he's never really raced these cars. He's now managed to get himself a track racer rig, which if you are interested in any track racer products, please let me know. In our Discord, I am sponsored and partnered with Track Racer, so please let us know. Great for you to use the code. Yeah, we'll see how he gets on. He's already said that he wants different pedals and new wheel to go along with it, but obviously a big outlay on the rig for the next few months means that that's going to be probably put on its side. Richard Gasson is off, and there's a couple of cars in the gravel there, so I'm not sure what happened there. So he's P9 for Rich Gasson. Only person improving at the moment is James Whittaker, although I tell you now, Olaf is as well. He's only just crossed the line though, so we'll see how that lap goes. He's the last person I think is going to potentially get a lap in, although Steve Worrell will also get another lap in. Where is Steve Worrell? He is P21 at the moment. We'll finish this lap with James Whittaker. He is still 2 tenths up. This will put him into P3. Oh no, he's lost it coming out the final corner. So he's still going to move up potentially. Oh no, he crosses the line, gets very close. Very close. 200ths of a second to Andre Dixon Chen. And that's his lap done. He crosses the line. His lap is finished. Let's have a look for the pole position time. Is Olaf going to be able to take pole from refs? Refs has binned it, so he has decided that's enough. And he is back in the garage. Only about 6 or 7 drivers left on the track. Actually, yeah, 7 drivers now. There was 8, but it's now 7. Not improving us at the moment. So, in fact, he's a 10th down on this lap. Looks like that lap from refs, potentially at the moment, very well held as he came out there, just drifting the car around to get on the loud pedal to try and get the car rotated at the exit. And he's going to try and do the same, get a much better launch off the final corner. He's down a 10th as he crosses the line. Is he going to make an improvement? No, he does not. So, Sigurd Resvik at the moment with the pole position, but Paul Sadlowski up 3 tenths at the moment. This will potentially put him in front of Ren DeLang. Got a bit leery on the exit, but he does manage to pop up into P6. Ben Nergard in the pits. Michael Zubek is also finished P10, and Steve Worrell, the last person across the line, as we said, 21. So, let's try and get you a rundown on who is where on the grid. So, we've got Sigurd Resvik on the front row with Olaf, and then we've got Mikolaj and Andre Dixon Chen with James Whittaker and Paul Sadlowski, Ren and Ben, there we go, on P7 and 8. Richard Gasson and Michael on P9. Matt Pryor in alongside Chris Holzer, Cormac Quinn and Dreambound, 13 and 14. Peters and Adam Douglas, 16. Gianluca Gagliano managed to get his lap in toward the end there, up to P17, so much better position. A bit happier with that. Bram Kran, P18. Toby Llewellyn, P19. Johnny, your bad boy, in P20. Steve Worrell, P20. Round and off. Number 20. It's Refs is in the pits. He did not hit drive, so he is starting from the back of the grid. After all that hard work, something has gone potentially wrong there, and yeah, now we are starting back of the grid instead. So, in fact, he's not the only one. Dreambound has done the same thing. So, we like to get these races on. It's a 25-minute one race. There's no tyres, no pit stops. You should just be able to set your session up and go. It's so unfortunately we've got two guys, both of them RTO drivers, in the pits. Be interesting to see how those guys get their way back through the grid. That's not what was expected. Audio dropping. What, mine? Sorry, if I was looking away, then yeah. It's pronounced Nicolay. Okay. They're having a hugging session. It's gone yellow and white. Dan's not racing now. He doesn't like these cars. He's not very good unless it's got traction control, ABS, and hacks. It's a joke for the last one. But definitely true for the first two. I thought there was no overtaking if you're both on hot laps. You can, but it's not a case of overtaking. It's just it's frowned upon. You know, you don't want to see it sending it on people. So yeah, I know, Coops, these cars sound good. Okay, it's good, isn't it, the M2s? Fading in and out. Okay, I'll try and get my settings crossed over from my other session, my other setup from my Streamlabs. So I do apologise. I will try and keep. It's because I keep looking left, right, and up and down, and keeping in and out of the. Let me see if I can do that. Actually, it might help if I do that. I don't know if that sounds better or worse. But yeah, I'll try and keep it as much as I can so that I'm not fading in and out. Livery yellow and black now. And Dan's not racing as he wanted Raven to. I'm surprised you all guys are putting up with me on comms tonight. It's not the best. It's not the best. Blame Raven. he's busy, all right. I think he has a filter now. If he talks away from it, it won't pick him up. I do have plenty of filters because otherwise I sound like this. No, I'm joking, I don't. But yeah. Yeah, I do. It's because I turn left like that, and then you can't really hear me so well. Although I've just changed the way the mic works, so hopefully it will pick up on a more of a wider band now. So you should be able to hear me all the way through this race. You're stuck with me now for the next 25 minutes. Final bits of tyre warming going on. Guys are ready to rock, ready to race. Let's see where we get to. Let's go back to the helicams to get a nice wide angle. Who is going to lead into turn number one? Is it Olaf or Mikulej? And we'll see where we get into turn one. And the Porsche Cups are go, go, go. So already getting a good line into the first corner. It's no sending up the inside or making it 3 wide on row number 3. Although they back out of that just to make sure they don't keep it that way, because you don't want to stay 3 wide. You'll end up being spun round, and that's not what we want. As they go down through the craner curves, you've got them all slowly sorting themselves out into a line of cars. Some guys going slightly wider, some guys not able to stick with everything. And all the way to the back of the grid, we've got Dreambound and Resvik now out of the pits. So we go back to the front. We've got Olaf, who's on the charge. He's 0.5 of a second away from P2. Andre Dixon Chen making it a chase with Paul Sadlowski. James Whitaker hanging on to the back of him in the top 5. Ren DeLang and Richard Gasson also following on in P6 and 7. Ben Nurgaard got back a little bit in P8 so far. Let's have a look and see, so you can see the position deltas. You've got quite a few people moving up in the first part of that race. Everybody, in fact, Paul Solowski made 2 spaces in that first open exchanges. Richard Gasson the same. Zukbek in P12 has dropped down, and Llewellyn as well has done the same. And we've had a bit of collision between Pram and your bad boy. So need to make sure he's a good boy for the rest of this lap. And there's a send up the inside. Oh, that was always going to be chaos. And yeah, that was. I don't think he could get that stopped. That was a bit of a racing incident there for me, but there we go. Anyway, back to the front of the grid. Paul Sadlowski has now made a move, and he is up into P3. James Whitaker. Oh no, who's dropped down? Mikulej has dropped down. Is he? Oh, I think he's disconnected. He must have disconnected. I can't connect to him, so yeah, he's disconnected. So that means a free place for Dixon Chen and Paul Sadlowski to see if they can go and chase down Olaf for the lead of the race. Ren DeLang is now been overtaken by Richard Gasson, who's up 4 places so far in this race. As we look back on the Porsche rear wing, and now you can see the gaps in the race. You can see a live time to see where they're at. We've got Richard Gasson, who's now looking, Paul Sadlowski looking like he's trying to go up the inside of Andre Dixon-Chen, and he makes it stick. What a move that was from Paul Sadlowski. We just caught the end of that. Let's have a watch back as he goes up the inside, going into the braking zone, nicely over the curb. Dixon-Chen gives him really good space for loss. Awesome driving experience, and lets the position go. Better to fight another day, but now he's got James Whittaker trying to chase him down, and let's see whether Paul Sadlowski can chase after the leader. Christoph Holzer in P9 trying to chase down Matt Pryor P8, 3/10 for the number 60 car is Christoph Holzer. Is he going to manage to make a move going into the final chicane? Sorry, the final corner. And the Melbourne hairpin. It's never happened in the AMS, I know, right? Wait till he gets excited. Just move the mic away a little bit. Is that better then? Are you happy with that? Sorry, am I all good now? Am I all good? James Whittaker all over the back of Andre Dixon-Chen. He is 3/10 back at the moment. Gomiak, yeah, I just seen that you've got disconnected, man. I'm so sorry. Gagliano making some moves as well, up to P14 after the early exchanges at the start of the race. Is a man after my own heart. Doesn't manage to pull out a lap in quali, but by God does he move up in the race so far. Let's see if he can continue that forward momentum. Trying to chase down Adam Douglas. Gus Peters in P12 ahead of them as well. Everyone's settled down into a rhythm. I mean, I don't really need to quali, do I? Let's face it. Quali and commentate, because you just want to hear these absolutely amazing cars on the track. Sigurd Refsvik trying to make his way back through. Dreambound following him along as well in the background there in the carbon Porsche. Just take it nice and steady, refs. These guys are not going to be as quick as you, so just concentrate on exits, and then you'll make your way back through the grid. As he makes another pace up past Toby Llewellyn. Sorry, Llewellyn. Making this up as I go along. Tommy Scott Boy XYZ DJ is not with us today. But yeah, here we go. Richard Gasson coming under threat from the number 52, Renda Lang. Now he's going to look for the switchback, and you've got behind them Ben Nergard watching this all happen in front of him. So we go on split cam for the Porsche for the 313 over the curbs, bouncing away, rocket on suspension, gets the car slowed down into the fast right-hander of of Hairpin, up through Starsky's Bridge, which is the Dunlop Bridge, not even there anymore. Turn 6 is a fast left-hand. We want to keep it to the left-hand side as we then hop over the curb and keep the car under control as we move up through McLean's to Coppice. And then we've got another right-hander coming up. So on the back of Richard Gasson's car, looking back to these guys, you can see that the slipstream actually does work quite well in these cars, but I don't think the straights are that strong here for it to be able to work so well. So maybe when we get to Snetterton with that long straight, Silverstone as well, that's where that will be really making a bit of difference. So we'll keep it out. Oh, he's got a bit deep. That's made him go deep. That's going to give the opportunity, although he gets so much opposite lock. Renda Lang thinking he's in a GT3 car, putting his foot down a bit too hard, and that stopped him from being able to take that 5th place from Richard Gasson there. Bit of a cork in the bottle from these three. I'm not sure if these two have got a bit more pace, but Richard doing his greatest to hold them back. Did a great job, by the way, racing for the Mercedes RTO team in the Nürburgring 24-hour race. Guys did a great job after a very difficult start. It seems like a deja vu moment with our 24-hour at Silverstone. But the guys did a great job to come back. Sigurd Resvik now all over the back of the legend Steve Royal going into turn number 1. How far can refs get up? Do you think? Oh, and who is that? Adam Douglas has looped it. What are we going to see? Let's have a look and see what we see. This is the exit of the final corner. Makes a good little move against Gretschkin. And now looking to chase down, is that Toby Luen? In fact, no, it was actually, I'd lie, it was Cormac Quinn, but he's just taking too much speed in, and unfortunately, yeah, just lost the rear but quite sensibly gets into reverse, gets out of the way of people, doesn't join back on the track straight away. That's how you do a rejoin, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, Adam Douglas, for that one. Steve Royal is managed to just, I think they've banged doors with Sigurd Resvik, but ref's back up now. P15 on a charge. We haven't seen much of Dreambound either, but he's following him through. He's up at P19, chasing down Adam Douglas as we speak. See if he can make his move back into the top 10. Let's go back to Ben Nergaard and Ren de Lang. They're having a bit of a scrap with Richard Gasson, although I must keep an eye on Cormac Quinn, who is very close to Gus Peters as well, so we'll keep an eye on that. Oh yeah, he is, Wicco. Yeah, you guys, there's a lot of good guys in RTO leagues. I genuinely am proud of having you guys race with us, I really am. We show them how it should be done in this league, that's what we want. In these difficult cars as well. Brian Kranz lost a place, ref's trying to go around the outside, and RTO, and there we go. That's how it's done. Let's have a watch of that. Takes the fast and normal racing line as we go into turn 1, gives plenty of space on the inside. And Brian Cran doing a great job keeping that nice and clean, so well done to both drivers there, showing a great way of racing. Richard Gasson has now lost a place. Looks like Ren de Lang is now going to slip up the inside. Let's have a look, see what's happened. Yeah, he's gone a bit deep. He went a bit deep going into McLean's and then ended up side by side coming up to the hills of Coppice. And yeah, unfortunately lost place. And now Ben Nergar is looking like he's trying to get racing. Although Richard saw, no. Oh, that is such a shame. So he sends it up the inside, manages to get it stopped, but then stops a bit too much, I think. And then, yeah, unfortunately, he doesn't manage to make the position clean, Ren de Lang, unfortunately, there. So, yeah, Christoph Holzer, though. This man does this a lot. He just plugs away in the races, lets people make mistakes around him, and, yeah, moves his way through the grid. Yeah, here's why they call it with an RTO, Mr. Wicket. Me, aka Walkisser. Oh, Wesley, don't be silly, man. That was unfortunate tonight. You had such good pace, mate. Coops, mostly me. Look, guys, everyone in RTO, we have it a lot, where we have a lot of close races, a lot of good drivers with us, so yeah. But now we're back with the guys at the front. Let's see how we're doing. Paul Sadlowski, 2 seconds off the lead. Olaf is just slowly running away with this under Dixon Chen, trying to make his move. Although he's oh my word, how has he held that? Let's have a watch of that on board. We're about to come out through Coppice, hit the curb, get on the throttle, and oh, massive amounts of opposite lock there to hold on to that. Well done. Save of the race so far. Ben Nergar still trying to chase down De Lang. I think we need to see Ben maybe move up to P5 by the end of the race. 15 minutes, well, just less than 15 minutes to go. First 10 minutes went away, didn't it? Wow. 21 cars on track. We lost a driver due to a disconnect. Was running P2 in the race as well. It just shows what happens when you are sim racing. Johnny, a bad boy, trying to chase down Steve Worrell. Richard Gasson in the background trying to recover from his mistake in P19. He'll be on these guys again in a little minute, so we'll see how he gets on. Follow this through the final corner. Steve concentrating, getting a good exit on the... That's what he does. Sigurd Resvik now up into P12, just taking Gagliano. I was doing my best impression of a Fernando Alonso, a bit of camera work there, so yeah, we'll see... We'll come back and check on him in a minute. And now we've got Cormac Quinn all over the back of Gus Peters in the pink 911 Porsche. This is a battle for the top 10 places now at the end of the top 10. Steve Worrell on a better lap at the moment. Oh, he's gone very wide, and that's allowed Cormac Quinn to just slip up the inside there. So position gained for Cormac. Matt Pryor all over the back as well of Michael Zubek. I hope I've said that. I'm sorry if I'm ruining the names. I do this a lot and I apologise. There we go. So I was just looking for the chat. Ah, dearie me. Right, Matt Pryor still trying to take that P8 away. Baron Cram is on a yellow flag. Oh, what's happened there? Lost it coming out the final corner, I think. Yeah, just loops it. We just sort of caught the end of that there. But yeah, loops it. I mean, I'm not sure I like that rejoin as much, but yeah, made it work, I guess. Oh, I can't wait for these cars. I honestly, genuinely can't wait for these cars round 4. So Matt Pryor still all over the back of the 912 as they try and round going up to Coppice now. Is he going to get a good run? He's got a much better run actually as we come out onto the main straight. Gets nice and close under braking, concentrate on a good exit. Don't hop over the curbs too much. You have to wait, really. You do kind of have to wait slightly. You can see it there. You had to... He lost a bit of time because the car bounced so much. I'll tell you what now. Once we get Nords up, I'll go and do it. Once we get Nords, I'll take the Porsche Cup round it, alright? It'd be hilarious. All you'll hear is doing, 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 doing. Like that. Don't know if you could hear that, but yeah. Anyway, back to the front. We've got Paul Sadlowski still 2 seconds, holding the same gap from Olaf. Olaf is keeping the same pace, but Paul Sadlowski has got the fastest lap of the race, a 1:28.6. So if he can continue, they're doing literally the same pace. Last lap, 1:28.847 for Olaf in the lead, and then it was a 0.827 for Paul, so 200ths quicker on that last lap. And Andre Dixon Chen is basically matching them by a 10th. So yeah, they're all doing very similar lap times at the front, and Olaf is doing a great job holding on to that lead. Let's keep an eye on Matt Pryor, though. He's still all over the back of 912. And Sigur Resvik has made it into the top 10. So it'll be interesting to see how much further he can get forward. 10 minutes to go. Can he get it into the top 6? Or is I think Ben Nergard might be a bit more of a tougher challenge once he gets up to there. So yeah, and even Christoph Holzer as well. Drivers that we know. So we'll see where we go. Ben is all over the back of Ren de Lang in the number 52 ERA Porsche. Used to work for a company called ERA. There you go. Just hope performance works well with Nords, especially for big grids. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, mate. I must admit. Won't be big grid after turns 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I mean, you watched me on iRacing yesterday. I got absolutely obliterated, so... Yeah. Kind of says it all, really. Matt Pryor has actually made that move. So let's have a look and see if we can see where that's made. Finally makes the move and gets up to P8. Oh, there was a very bad exit from Zubek, and Matt had the move basically done before they got into turn number 1. So there you go, Restford in the background there, trying to chase these two down. He'll be the next one to try and get them on in the race. So well done, Matt. Can he make any inroads and try and close that 7-second gap to Christoph Holzer? Or is he just going to drag the 912 along with him? He hasn't managed to gap him yet. Christoph Holzer trying to chase down Ben Nergard. 2 seconds is the gap. What's the lap times? So Ben was 3/10 quicker than De Lang. I think if he can get behind De Lang a bit more under his wing, I think Ben has the pace there potentially to move up into P5, but I'm sure that's not going to be an easy job at all. Sigurd Resvik all over the back of these two now. See how far he gets forward. Toby Lewin is lost it, I think, and you've got Brian Cram, Richard Gasson, Steve Worrell and Dreambound all moving up a place. Dreambound not managing to make the moves to try and move himself back up the grid. He had such good pace in quali, and has struggled a little bit in the race trim in the Porsche. Oh, refs right all over the curbs and the track, everything. You've paid for the game, he's using all of it. That's basically the way we work here. Do you think they will have a VLN format including the Nürburgring? I think that's what it is. I think it's the full Nürburgring track as well. So yeah. Oh, that was close. From what I can tell, from what the leaks that have been shown, I'm pretty sure it's the Nürburgring track as well. Ref's really concentrating and trying to get a good run out of the chicane. You can see how he's closing as they come up into the chicane. He dives out from under the rear wing and moves up a place again, now up into P9. Now he's got to chase down Matt Pride. Gets a handful of opposite lock to try and keep that Porsche going in a straight line. And now back into the braker zone, just trusting that Michael won't go up the back of him. And now he's all over the back of Matt Pryor. Matt will be thinking, how do I let this guy go through without compromising myself and having Michael be all over me as well? So yeah, that'll be the next step to see if refs can move his way back through. Dixon Chen 1.5 back from Paul Sadlowski. Paul Sadlowski had a little bit of a scruffy lap, I think, a lap or two ago. But he's managed to bring back in. And when I say that, I only mean by a couple of tenths. So yeah. Oh, refs really wringing the neck. He's trying to look up the inside now. He's going to be on the outside as they go through McLean's. He backs out of that one. Tries for a switchback to get a much straighter exit. Gets a big run. Matt Pryor really trying to defend. This is great racing from Matt. Awesome work. And now refs once again tries to get a good line, but then Matt just shuts the door and says, no thank you. You are not coming through there. Where do you want to go? Refs now looking to go up the inside. Matt does not defend this time. Has refs got the line before we get into the chicane? Oh, refs has to take avoiding action that time. He wasn't far enough alongside. It was a bit hesitant. And now Michael was looking at this thinking, yeah, I can get back involved in this. I could get my place back. Ref's trying to do an RTO in the hairpin. Is he going to manage to do it? It's all about the exit now, and he does get a really good exit, which puts him on the inside. He's got the job done before they even make it to the final corner, and he's got a car length between him and Matt, and that is that. So now he's up to P8. Matt did a great job of defending that position for as long as he could, and very, very clean, very, very impressed by Matt there. Awesome work. And now he's got Michael all over the back of him again, so he'll be thinking, I don't really want you on the back of me. I want to try and follow refs, see if I can pull myself a bit of a gap and see what we can do. I think refs has got a bit too much to do with 10 seconds to go to get up to Christoph Holzer. He got held up but with a good scrap. I'm sure he's enjoyed it. Kicking himself for the start, but I'm sure he's enjoyed this race so far. 4 minutes 46 to go, and we'll see where he goes. Dreambound, let's have a check in with Dreambound. Where are we? All over the back of Steve Worrell. Steve Worrell up into P16, started P21, doing a great job keeping it on the track. And just moving his way nice and cleanly through the grid, although he's got a bit of damage on the front of that Porsche, doesn't he? Doesn't like the paintwork, decided to get rid of it. Changed the aero mid-race. Maybe check that car out and park firme, you know? That's what we got to do. And see where we go. Refs just wanted to get all the screen time doing last to first. Something like that, Brian. He's greedy, that refs he is. Yeah, it's great racing. Gassel's reset to the pits. Oh, no, Rich. So why everyone's managed to gain a place, and these two are still at it. Matt Pryor and Michael are causing great racing out on the track. Again, I know there's some gaps between some of the drivers, but there's still some really good scraps. And these cars are so underrated. I genuinely love. Oh no! He tried to get a good exit. Oh, what a shame. So as you come out the final corner, just guns it too much, and the back says, nope, I can't do that. And yeah. So now he's back down to P13, and Matt will think, I'm happy with that. That means that I can now get on with my race and just bring this home in a strong P9. Let's have a look at the position delta. Matt Pryor gained 2 places in this race. Gus Peters 4. Gagliano up 5. And yeah, doing a great job. Christoph Holzer also up 5. Paul Sadlowski up 4 places, up into P2. The man does not hold back when he races. He's very clean, very fast, And it's great to have him as part of the RTO drivers. So we'll see what's going to come here. Is Ben's getting a little bit impatient, I think, now. I think Ben's trying to do what he can to make this move. He thought he might have a bit of help there from a back marker, but it's not quite worked out. Don't forget, the final race in these Porsches is at Silverstone on the 30th, and it is a 45-minute race. 45-minute race. So that you're going to have action like this pretty much for the entire race. It's at Silverstone. It's a technical, it's a hard, grafty track. Definitely worth putting in some hours to get that race. Oh, and I think... Oh, no! Paul Sadlowski's lost it! He's got... Oh, my word. See, I told you, commentator's curse. I'm not going to say anything anymore. I'm just going to say this car driver versus that car driver. And, yeah, that means that Andre Dixon Chen keeping his nose clean once again. Didn't mean to rhyme that. But, yeah, shows what happens when you can do that. Now... It's all down to Ben. Can Ben get a top 5 finish? You've got Paul Sadlowski still in the podium places with James Whittaker 5.3 further back at the moment. This is the closest I've seen Ben all race to this P5. DeLang just slowing it down as he went through the entrance to the chicane. They're trying to make sure he got a really good exit, which has helped him keep that position once again. Low rate probably. And now, oh, dearie me, as we go across the... Ben's going to try and get another good exit as they go through onto the final lap. So Olaf, I'm sorry we haven't managed to see you so much out at the front. You've done a great job. We'll catch you in a little bit. Is Ben going to try and make a move into turn number 1? Oh, my words, they've just touched. Ben will give that place back, I think. But now he's going to be struggling because he's got Christoph Holzer behind him as well. Christoph Holzer looking like to go around the outside. He's had to back out because there's a lot of marbles out there. He's not going to have the grip, but now he's going to be all over the back of Ben. Ben making the mistake there, just nudging the back of DeLang. And Holzer's like, hello. How are we doing, lads? Let's just check, see where the leader is on the final race. Final lap of the race. He's coming down into the chicane, so we'll check that out in a little bit. But these guys all over each other for the final laps. It tends to happen in RTO. All the traffic and all the racing happens in the last couple of laps. We also know another league that we're very friendly with that does this, SOP. Maybe we're just copying you guys, right? But yeah, this is the final part of the race. So we'll see Olaf come across to take the checkered flag. Ben still 2 tenths off the back. Christoph Holzer, though, is dropped back, and Olaf wins round number 1. Well done with Andre Dixon Chen coming across the line in P2, and Paul Sadlowski saves it and manages to hold on to a podium place. James Whittaker is going to come across the line in P4, but DeLang is going to hold on and keep that P5. Great race from Ben Nergard and Lang and Holzer. That is awesome, awesome racing. Yeah, really good to see. And refs managed to nip up to P8 in the race by the end there. After that, starting from the pit lane, Matt Pryor P9, Cormac Quinn going to come across the line in P10, and Gus Peters P11. Anyone else fighting out there at the moment? No, there is not, so we'll just keep following these guys across the line. Gianluca Gagliano in P12 with Michael Zubek in P13. Adam Douglas in his second race of the RTO, second RTO race of the day. Kind of come across the line in P14. Well done from you. Dreambound managing to fight back to 15th from last place. Again, started in the pit lane. Steve Worrell, P16, started 21st. Driver of the day for me, right there. Johnny, a bad boy, P17. That's a good result in the end there, Johnny. Very good. Keeping it clean, keeping it moving forward. How many? 3 places in the race. So there you go. I think the last couple to cross, we've got Bram Cran, who's crossed the line for ERA, and Toby Lewin and Krill Gorechin finishing off the 20 finishing drivers. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Porsche Cups finished, and the M2s for week number 1. We've got 3 more weeks of this, and if you want to check the screen now on the banner, you can see we are going to Snetterton next, and then we've got Brands Hatch, and we final race at Silverstone, and it is it's just a bit of fun, this one, bit different, keep everyone racing, and don't forget we're going to come back to race in the GT3s in season 7 in the new year. 1 second. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. So that is the first 2 races done. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, it was very, very good fun. I must admit, the Porsches, they are a daunting car to race, but once you get involved and you start racing them, we had this exact thing last season where so the last time we did these, in fact the first league that we ever hosted for RTO was the Porsche Cups, and we had like something like 10 people sign up. By the end of it, I think we had like 20 or something, and everybody loved it. And we haven't done it for a while. I think we did that when they first came out. This is the first one we've done for a while, so yeah, very, very, very good. Very impressed with the races tonight. Very impressive from all the drivers out there. Hardly any mistakes from anybody, which is really good to see. So yeah, that's the main thing. That's what we want to see. We want to make sure that we don't get any major crashes and things like that, because otherwise you just end up with no one wanting to race or anything. Did I just delete those instead of doing? I think I did. Absolute moron. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. We'll leave you watching the highlights from the M2s earlier on in the week, in the races. Sorry, today. I hope to see you guys same time next week, 7 o'clock on this channel. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, make sure you get all the alerts, and come and see us when we go racing again next week. I'm back on Twitch on Sunday. Come and join us. We'll probably be doing some iRacing. Look, the liveries now work. It's funny that, isn't it? But yes, the liveries are now working on those cars, so you can see the lovely liveries on the M2, so they will be showing next week. Thanks for joining me. I'll leave you with the highlights, and enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys on Sunday. Thank you very much. Goodbye.